I'm here today with Bob Harrell, who is the co-founder and director of operations of Military Animal Project. Bob, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, and thank you for having me here today.
Thank you for coming. Please tell us a little bit about your organization and the work that you guys do.
We started out as the Ventura County chapter of Pets for Vets. They provide companion dogs to veterans suffering from post-traumatic stress, traumatic brain injury. And we kept getting veterans coming to us that had letters from their therapists saying that they needed either an emotional support dog or a full-service dog. And their charter did not allow them to provide that. Or what our goal now is to have emotional support dogs, full-service dogs for veterans, depending on what their therapist asks for or specifies for them. We also have the Equine Therapy Program that we do a couple times a year at my ranch, and we provide therapy dogs. We go into veterans' homes if they're housebound. We sometimes go into retirement homes where there's a lot of veterans and meet with them. And whatever the request is, if we can provide some kind of service to help them, that's what we do. My co-founder, Mardu Leidick, we founded Military Animal Project.
So how do veterans learn about your service, and how do they become eligible to receive services from your group?
Well, first of all, I do a lot of public speaking about post-traumatic stress. I'm a two-tour combat veteran from Vietnam, so I understand.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, you're welcome. I understand what it is. Like a lot of guys, I hid from it for many years, and then when I started helping other veterans, it was like the best therapy I ever had. And so I can share what I've learned, especially about how animals can help you with other veterans. We have a website. We have a Facebook site. We participate in a lot of with a lot of other organizations in Ventura County that gets us known. We go to a lot of events, and I do a lot of public speaking. And so from all those combinations of things, people learn about us and approach us.
And what makes a veteran eligible to receive services from you?
We have them on our site, either the Facebook site or our website. They can fill out an application, and we ask a lot of questions. What are they looking for in a dog, or what kind of services are they looking for? We go through the application, and then if it's something we can provide, we provide it. If it's something we can't provide, we don't tell them, sorry, we can't do that. We try and find somebody that can. We try and find an avenue they can go through to get what it is that they need.
Right. So if a veteran is suffering from PTSD, what are the specific services that the dog provides to help them?
That's a great question.
And what does it allow them to do?
There's a number of things. Post-traumatic stress, there's a number of reasons for it. Two of the most prominent things are survivor guilt. So these are the guys that come back without their buddies. There's a camaraderie among combat veterans. It's hard to describe. It's different than any other friendship or relationship. And when those guys don't come back, it's really hard on these guys. And so they're used to having somebody watching their back, watching somebody else's back. They come back here and they don't have that anymore. Right. Their buddies, the people they can make friends with, are still scattered throughout the world. The other thing is there's a thing called a moral injury. And that's best described as a saying that goes like this. There's rules for civilian life, and there's rules for war. And they should never be mixed. But for a combat veteran, they do get mixed. And once they're mixed, they never get separated. So because of the things you do, you witness, that you're a part of in a war, when you're doing it, it seems okay, because that's your job. But when you get back, those things start eating at you. And it gets to the point where it's hard to make friends. It's even hard to rekindle old friendships because there's this fear that you're going to be judged. The dog, this is where the dog, and there's one more thing. In the military, there's a purpose for everything you do, 24/7. It's just a very purposeful organization. Now you're out, what's your purpose? You got to develop one. Some guys have a hard time with that. So the dogs come along, and the dogs provide an answer for a lot of things we're struggling with. Number one, there's that friend that they so desperately need that doesn't judge. There's that friend that can watch their back. Because the dogs, even the most friendly dog, will always be more aware of things than a human will be. It gives them a sense of comfort in public. A lot of them have a hard time in public. Well, what happens when you meet somebody in public and you're with a dog? Where's the focus? It's on the dog.
Right.
Oh, gee, what a nice dog, you know. Where'd you get it? Well, you can be honest without telling everything. You can say, well, it came from a rescue, because all of our dogs come from rescues or shelters. Well, it's so well trained. Did you do it? Well, I had some help. You know, you can answer questions and not give away, you know.
Without alienating yourself from.
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then they give them a purpose. So when that veteran's stuck in bed and he can't get out of bed in the morning because he's had bad dreams all night long and he's stuck in his past, you know, and that's a problem they have. They get stuck in their past. Well, the dog comes up and he's got to go out, go to the bathroom and eat his breakfast. So the veteran leaves his past, gets up, steps to the present. The animals live for now. They don't care about yesterday. They don't worry about tomorrow. And they help the veterans do the same thing. So
I love dogs, and I really think everybody should have a dog. But in this circumstance, it's even more important. It's bringing even so much more to their life and helping them to integrate back into society more easily.
it's life changing and sometimes life saving.
So, Bob, you were saying that you rescue most of the dogs that you use, that you train for service with the veterans. Do you have relationships with certain rescue organizations, and do you look for certain breed types?
Okay, first part or second part of the question I'll answer first. People ask me, what's the best breed? My response to that is, of all the races in the human race, who's the most compassionate? It's the individual. So we really don't care about breeds. We're not breed specific at all. We're looking for a temperament. Basically, looking for a dog that almost rather be with a human than with other dogs.
Okay.
So we also want a dog that's very confident, because if they're going to be in public with a veteran and they're insecure, it's not going to work. And then we try and get them from shelters or rescues. So we are affiliated with the shelter here in Camarillo, in Ventura, and also with LA County shelters, where we are an approved rescue, if you will.
Talk a little bit, if you will, about the Equine Buddy Program that you run, and how that's different from the dogs, and just what that's about.
It's a one-time thing that really helps them focus on what's going on inside of them. And so they don't ride. It's not like a lot of programs where they learn how to brush a horse, take care of the horse, and ride a horse. What they do is they form a real close personal relationship with a horse. So we try and pick a horse that's not going to be too difficult, not going to be too easy. They start out in a 50-foot round pen with somebody in there guiding them, and the horse is loose. And the idea is to make a connection with this horse and have the horse come up to them. Well, if they're messed up inside and they're not emitting a good, clean energy, that horse doesn't have anything to do with them. So in essence, the horse becomes a mirror of what's going on inside of them. And when they make that connection, it's just amazing. So it helps, like with a combat guy, they have a hard time with trust. And they forget how to give and take. From the time you're in the military to the time you get out, you learn how to force things to happen. You don't win battles, you don't win wars by giving and taking, you force the issue. So take a guy that's got a wife and 2 kids. He comes home, while he's gone, his wife's the mother, she's the dad, she does everything. Now he comes back into the family, he's out, he wants to take over his role. How do you think he goes about assuming that?
Right.
Doesn't work. I mean, he ends up alienating those he wants to be close to.
Right.
And the horses help him with that so much, because they have no agenda. And they start seeing how forceful they are. And they can't force this connection.
Right. And
it's just amazing how they can get stuff through the horse that they can't even get through other forms of therapy and stuff.
That's amazing. You guys are certainly doing a lot of incredible work. My husband and I were realtors in Southern California, and we started a program in 2019 called Who's Next? Community Giving Project. And so what we do is when we help somebody to buy or sell a home, we donate 5% of the commission that we earn on that transaction to the local charity that client chooses. So we had 2 clients recently who selected Military Animal Project. So congratulations.
That's wonderful. It's just, and what you're doing brings awareness to what we're doing too. We get veterans from things like that as well, because somebody knows somebody that has a family member that could use some help. I mean, what you're doing is probably helpful in more ways than you think.
Thank you. Thank you. We are really we're really enjoying it. I like to learn about what people are doing, and also to try to share that mission with others, um, and just get the word out on it. So I do have a check for you today. It's almost $1,400.
Wow.
Yeah, our pleasure. Our pleasure. Um, if somebody out here is watching this video and they think, "Wow, I really like what they're doing," and they want to get involved, what are the different ways that someone in the community can help you?
Well, there's a lot of ways. We need people, administrative people, people that can help us on our website. I mean, that's what Mardu heads up that part of it. She's always networking with people and trying to find people who can help with the different aspects. Like, we're going to have a gala next year. We're going to need help setting that up.
Right.
We want to do it at the Camarillo Airport in their World War II commemorative hangar. There's so much work involved in doing something like that.
Sure.
So we need trainers. Desperately need trainers. We need fosters.
Mm-hmm.
There's some trainers that can't have a dog live with them. Fortunately, like, I've got 6 dogs there now. 3 of them I'm working with, 3 are my own. But not everybody has a ranch where they can do that. So we need fosters.
Where's the physical location that you need to have fosters geographically?
In Ventura County.
Okay.
I mean, I got trainers in Thousand Oaks. I got trainers that are in Newberry Park, wherever, the closer to the trainer, the easier it is for them to get over and work with the dog.
Right.
The advantage of being a foster is not only you helping out by taking care of the dog while it's being trained, but you're going to learn a lot about the training.
Right.
And be a better dog handler as a result. And then what we try to do with veterans' permission, we let the foster be a part of the turning over process, so they kind of get to see where the dog's going, how it's going to live, who it's going to be with. So
yeah.
There's that closure that they give, because that's, people ask me all the time, isn't it kind of hard to give the dog up? And it is.
Yeah.
But when you see how much it means to somebody and how it changes their life, it makes it all worthwhile. It really does.
Right.
Right.
Well, I really appreciate the time you spent with us today, and I even more appreciate the work that you're doing for our veterans, and just helping to engage them and work back in.
It's because, like, people like you and your husband, what you do that makes what we do possible. I tell people we're building a bridge, because when they get back, there's this huge gap between, they're not the same person as when they left. And so they got to bridge that gap. And there's no textbook you can pick up and say, here's what you do step by step.
Right.
They got to build that bridge. Every bridge needs a foundation. And you and your husband are part of that foundation. Without that, we don't do anything.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you, Bob.
Nice meeting you.
Thanks
Thank you
for
very
coming.
much.